What is up, guys? Welcome back to Rip City Rundown. And the tournament is coming to an end, so my previews are starting to come to an end. And before I just get into the video, I just want to say thank you guys again for all the support on these previews. My channel has grown a crazy amount over the last month. And the Final Four is where it all culminates. We got a blue blood Final Four, Villanova versus Kansas here on April 2nd. It's going to be a beautiful game. Talk about Villanova first. Villanova's path to the Final Four. They won all their games based on their defense and the way they slowed down the game. They beat Delaware by 20, took care of them pretty handily. Then beat Ohio State in a little bit of a grinded-out game, 71-61. And then this is when their philosophy and their defense really stepped up. Held Michigan to 55 points, won 63-55. And then beat Houston, who was one of the hottest teams in the country and one of the best offenses and defenses in the country. They won 50-44 to get the matchup with Kansas. Villanova, obviously, they're led by the Big East Player of the Year, two-time Big East Player of the Year, Colin Gillespie. But Colin Gillespie hasn't even been that insane in the tournament. I mean, he just only had 6 points and 5 rebounds and 1 assist against Houston. But some guys that have stepped up, Jermaine Samuels has been an absolute monster in this tournament. He put up 16 last night against Houston, along with 10 rebounds to lead them to the win. Guys like Caleb Daniels has stepped up a lot off the bench. He ended up having double-digit points last night. I mean, not a lot of scoring in that game last night, obviously, but those are the guys. Colin Gillespie, Jermaine Samuels, and Caleb Daniels have been kind of the big players for them. But the issue is Villanova is probably going to be without junior guard Justin Moore, who averages 15 on the year. He's their second leading scorer. Justin Moore obviously went down at the end of that Houston game with about a minute left, and the video looked disturbing. He planted off the right foot, and his whole leg just like jiggled, and it just looked like something in his leg snapped or popped, either a calf or Achilles, but it looked a lot like Kevin Durant's torn Achilles when he tore back in the 2019 finals. So prayers that it's nothing worse, but that's something to keep an eye on. On the other hand, Kansas, like I said last time I was talking about, I feel like they've been the sleeper team this whole tournament. They haven't really done anything crazy, because they've taken care of business. They never have really been in a position where they were really going to get upset. But obviously took care of Texas Southern in the first round, took care of Creighton in the second round by 7, squeezed it out against Providence to win by 5, and then just won against Miami by 24 points. After being down 6 at halftime, they outscored Miami 47-15 in the second half. How about that? 47-15 to reach their 16th Final Four as a program. The guys you got to watch out for on Kansas is obviously Ochai Agbaji, first-team All-American. He's been a beast all year, NBA guy. Christian Brown. I don't actually know exactly how you pronounce it. I've actually heard both two different ways. You got other guys like Jalen Wilson, and this is just I'm just mentioning guys that are going to make an impact. But the guy that's going to make a huge impact and has been the most impactful player this entire tournament is Remy Martin. Just came off a 9-point, 6-rebound, 2-assist game against Miami. He's been coming off the bench, and he's kind of been Kansas's best player. He put up 15 against Texas Southern, then put up 20 against Creighton, and then put up 23 against Providence, all while having about 4 assists each game. He ended up winning, I'm not sure what region it was, but he won the player of the region for that region, even though many people would obviously say Ochai Agbaji is the best player on the team. So Kansas has some of their guys playing their best at the moment at the right time, and they also both of these teams came into the tournament hot, winning their conference tournament, the Big East and the Big 12. 2 blue bloods, 2 great coaches, Jay Wright and Bill Self. So this is going to be a game that's going to be super hard to predict. Kansas was almost going out against Miami this past game, but obviously just turned it on in the second half, held them to 15 points in the second half. That's insane. And the fact that Kansas can do that is crazy. And with Justin Moore being out now, I'm assuming Justin Moore will be out. I think I'm going to have to go with Kansas. It pains me to go against Jay Wright in March. It pains me. But I think I have to do it. Give me Kansas and the Final Four to move on to the championship on April 4th to go against Duke or most likely UNC, given they are up 20 at half right now. So give me Kansas to move on against Villanova. Unless Colin Gillespie has a worldie of a game, I think Remy Martin and Ochai Agbaji lead Kansas to the victory. So comment down below who you think's going to win, who you think's going to move on to the championship game. And I will see you in the next video. Peace.